Good morning. Hello. Welcome to
Thehayteamtv.
start of a new week.
Yeah, Monday again.
HRS is rigged up. You just got a nice little quick drop.
Yeah.
And hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm going to get those on in a minute and we're going back mowing. Because even though, the sun's coming out again now, it's just been grey for the last 10 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah, they say rain in the next hour and then it goes dry again.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So we've got a couple like catchy, heavy downpours, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But we've had this last week as well. But we've got a whole heap of ground now that needs to be cut. So
Yeah.
we're going to take a chance this week because it looks like we've got 5 days of not too bad weather, isn't it?
No, it seems that way, doesn't it? Hopefully the weather's coming back again.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have a crack at it and see if we can stockpile a bit more. Because one of the heaps, if you want, like there's a dog over there messing around. That's what we keep both looking at, trying to make sure he doesn't hurt himself. And now there's another one here. So yeah, we're going harvesting this week and other bits and bobs. So keep watching this space. But if you haven't yet done so, please
Subscribe.
and give a thumbs up. That'd be most appreciated because it'd make him happy and he might smile.
Load it.
But we can try.
You can try.
We can try. So this weekend just gone, I cleared out all the sheds back home at the home farm, so all the cattle buildings completely clear, and the cow yard, and just gave it a good sort out while I had a bit of time. But I haven't yet got out to push up all the manure in the compost yard. So before I put my mowers on, I've got to do that. So I'm on that now as I've gone out to deliver, and then get back, get mowers on, and hopefully get cutting. Because we just sort of wait to see what actually happens to the weather in the next hour and a half. And then if it all stays cushy, we're on. Now this, as you can see, all this area here is got to go back over the top of the back heap, cover that in so that keeps composting down, and then unfortunately at the end of this week or early next week I've got to do a full move of moving this heap over here out that way onto that greenery, and then move the heap that I'm pushing up now to where that heap is, so then we can start the heap all over again. Some of you are thinking, well, why don't you just do that now? Well, one, I can't get to this heap really, and to move this heap I'm going to have to come in at the side over there and start at the back, because I won't be able to push up from here all the way over the top. So I'm going to get to it. Now that's sorted, 2 piles. I did chuck a little bit more cat manure on that pile because it's not the cat manure we're looking to sort of break down, it's more of like the wood chip. So that just gives a bit more mix. The first pile didn't have a lot of cat manure anyway, so there's only 3-4 extra buckets. That'll mix in when I mix at the end of the week or early next week. And then that pile will just be its own pile now. And then fingers crossed we get pile 3 and maybe even pile 4, which would be a record, which would be great. And then that would cover a serious, dropped a file, file for sharpening chainsaw blade, which I have, we tell you that with me all the time. That will then cover a great deal of the farm, which is what we're trying to do. A multi-diverse compost of many different manures and microorganisms, everything mixing together, make a great cocktail and chuck down the fields, and then voila, seems to be working. That's all I can say, it works. This is where farming gets really annoying, and you get rigged up the mowers and out there decides to piss down. And we've been having a little bit of a nightmare on where the hydraulic pipes go on the back of here, because if you have chrome mowers, if you plug in everything wrong and unfold it, you completely unsettle. Isn't that right?
Yeah, this doesn't. It's like the oil's diverted somewhere else and then messes up the complete site, like synchro, really.
Yeah, so it just unsettles the whole synchronicity of the mowers unfolding. So we reversed it back in here so we could unfold and dry, because start pissing down rain, when we all thought we were going to start cutting. So now I'm going to get bales and see if this goes and then airs out again. Fingers crossed. We have headed off. Now, due to waiting for the weather to sort of just blow off what water's about, a load of hay's brought back from farm 3, so that is back ready for tomorrow, because baling is going to commence in a big way in the shed. Now I've got a dancing little dog and another one ready to go mowing. Where is he? There he is. So I'm gonna knock some grass down. It's been a while. That's 4 fields dropped. Quantity, rows looking pretty good. This was more than worth the wait of rain, because if we cut this before the rain, honestly, there was nothing here. Now, there's actually rows of grass, and it is like toughed up, if you understand what I'm saying. Well, I mean, like toughed up. It's not like lied flat on the floor. It's all stood up still. Good sign of bulk. Right, now guys, those of you who've been watching the channel for a long time, this area here used to all be reeds. It used to be reeds from the edge of the tree there all the way out past that little pile of docks and being completely down this section of the field. Now, as you can see, it's grass. So all those that have watched this time and time again, we didn't spray it, we came through, we mulched it with the mulching flail toppers down to basically soil 3 to 4 times the last 2 years, and now, okay, we've got a bit of a thistle problem, right? I'm not going to hide that, and we've got some docks here, but generally that is all grass now. So as you can see, thistles, but the rushes, reeds, whatever you want to call them, most people call them rushes, the rushes have gone. This little area will go for cattle. We won't put this into the horse side of things because we're still cleaning it up. But it is nice to see the field back, the grass, and not what used to be. So that's another job to do. And also there is just tons of grass down there at the moment. Lines are standing up like mad. This all here was also rushes as well. And again, it's all grassed out. So if you rushes hate being cut, they hate being cut over and over again. They can't sustain the energy in their cycle of growing to get the seed head. So by chopping them back over and over again, you completely wipe them out. But yes, there are some other things here now that we need to clean out, but the rough patches over there and over here still isn't good enough for the equestrian market, but we can ditch that to our own cattle, which is all good. I'm taking it upon myself now to put these moments on camera. This is when HRS forgets to turn the workshop light off. It happens a lot. So now as it happens, I'm always going to put it on camera. Tarmac's coming in like crazy this week. I'm just taking out a third load today. Today is Wednesday. Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Today's Thursday. So this is a third load today, and it's been like 1 to 2 loads a day for the last couple of days. So there's a lot of tarmacking going on. HRS is raking up, ready for tomorrow, or raking up some ready for tomorrow. Old man is also tedding some that needs a bit more tedding. We will go and have a look at that now. Now we were hoping we were going to go for hay, but the old weather up there is not playing ball. So it is dry enough. It's not as dry as we'd like. It's going to be okay haylage. It's not going to be the best haylage, but it's going to be okay haylage. As I said, we wanted to go for hay, and you know it's on that more slightly deady side. So if it was going for hay, it'd been perfect hay. But as again I say, it hasn't worked out that way. But it's cut. We're getting stuff moving because everything, you know, time's going on, and we kind of need to stay up to pace, which gives us one block left to cut off first cut, which is way behind because it was grazed for sheep. Oh, damn horseflies. Oh, got him. He's dead. Horseflies, favourite thing, like land on you and die. Funny that, isn't it? Now, let's go have a look at some sainfoin. As far as sainfoins go, there's a little bit few and far between at the moment, but here is one, there's a little one, there's another one, there's another one. Oh, where's my finger? There we are. So they're on the way up. Whether we put them in a bit deep. So we put them in as deep as the agronomist suggested. Hopefully for their sake they're right. Because all the test plots I did, I literally just scratched them under the surface. But if I flick you around again, another one. So they're starting to show their faces, but at very, very different times. There's a bunch of little ones coming through. Again, starting to pop through here, look. But yeah, this is, as I said, totally experimental. Oh, there's a bunch here by my feet. They're all starting to come through. And there are some about that are way ahead of others. This is a total and utter experiment test plot. This field's planted, field below's planted, but the field below was planted late in this one. So the places of this field which should be the most prolific should be the outer headland to about roughly where I am now. And they are, something I have noticed though is there seems to be moles up here. I hope they don't eat sainfoin seeds, because that'd be really annoying. Anyway, back to what I was getting at. This is completely utter test plot experiment. We've obviously planted into stubble before it starts growing for second cut. Reason being, everything here is recovering. It won't get as thick and outcompete the seed that we put in. Sainfoin seed isn't the strongest establishing seed, so it needs all the chances we can get. And we're trying to see if we can do it without any tillage, rip everything up. Not because we don't want to do it, just because we don't want to do it, ideally. But that's more down to costs and trying to keep things as cheap as possible. So that is sainfoin up to date for you guys. In, I don't know, another fortnight's time I'll come up and see how it's all getting on again. But there's something going on, obviously, because all the little seedlings that are popping up everywhere, but they haven't all got to their trumpet stage yet, which is where they throw the trumpet and have a little flag on top. Okay, so sainfoin at the moment, because I don't know how it's going. I'm just sort of observing, but fingers crossed it goes to plan. So if it goes to plan, we will probably whack in a load more. If it doesn't, we're going to have to rethink things and see where we go with it. But I'm going to flip you around one more time. This is the outside edge, and there are way more plants that have gone past their trumpet. Like here, we've got a whole bunch of them, look. Each row, you can see them starting to come through the row. Plant. So out here, in the outer edge, which, again, as I said, was the first edge that was planted before we ran out of seed, because we had it seeding at too high a rate. You know, not the first time that's been done, not going to be the last time that's been done, but it all got seed in the end, thankfully. So fingers crossed, I think it's going to stay crossed, that this keeps going the way it is. Or next time I come over, be even better than it is now. That would be fantastic. It's Friday. Ads is now going off to rake up what we didn't rake yesterday. We did four little fields yesterday, which is basically, you know, got us ahead of the game. To forgive us on this video that you've had bits of footage so far, no footage in the yard because it's a bit of a race against time. We got a whole weekend of wet weather coming, and it is coming by about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock today, so weather forecast says. So we're a little bit of a race on it, possibly cut a bit more grass than we actually wanted to, or not wanting to, probably should have. So we're a little bit pushed. So I'll talk to you when we're done. So I'm going to finish this vid on weather forecasters are absolute wankers. So it's the morning after, and it is a bit grey above, but not as dark, black, horrible looking clouds we had last night. But we're all done, and it ain't raining. That's annoying. If we hadn't picked up, it would have rained, you know, sort of sod's law. But it hasn't rained, and I'm not sure. It's a bit grey down the valley. I might let you know in the video next week if it actually rains, but at the moment it doesn't look like it's going to rain. So we could have sort of left it down a bit longer drying out. Anyway, that's that. Thank you for watching. If you haven't yet done so, please hit the subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, that's much appreciated. Apologies didn't get any other footage, but we were in a bit of a race because there was some, you know when you get those big black fluffy clouds come over and you think, oh no, just hold off. We had a few of those, and well, more than a few. None of them let go, and we just had to keep going for it, if that makes sense. So shortly next week, fingers crossed, there'll be more footage to show on whatever we're getting up to. Thank you very much for watching. See you next one. Cheers. On the end of editing this video, it has been pissing down rain all afternoon. So there's the weather report right at the end of the video.